Swapping out the camshaft position sensor on the 2001 Mazda Miata. It's right here. It's on the valve cover. On the left side, it's real simple. It's just a 10mm bolt. Take out the harness. It's right there. I know in the older models, it's actually different. If I'm not mistaken, they're in the back around here, and it looks like a circular type of situation. Now, it's a lot easier to change out the camshaft position sensor, but it's good to know that it also works in tandem with the crankshaft position sensor, which the wire for this is actually right here. If you follow that wire down to, let me see if I can zoom in while it stays in focus. Come on, focus. Right there. If you see, oh man, I wish I had something I can point down. But right under that bolt, that is the crankshaft position sensor. And that works in tandem with the camshaft position sensor. So if you're gonna change this, you're gonna change this sensor right here, you might be doing yourself a favor and also changing out the crankshaft position sensor. So now the thing is, when you do change the crankshaft position sensor, you got to make sure you do it right, because if I'm not mistaken, it kind of affects like the timing and stuff like that, because the sensor is inputting data indicating where the crankshaft is at. So if it's indicating wrong information on where the crankshaft is at, it's going to mess with the timing, and your car may or may not start. Now, here's a couple of more things that might be the issue with the Mazda Miata not starting. Before I decided to change this part, it was, let's see what codes did I get, because right now the car doesn't give me no codes, and it still starts and then dies after like 5 seconds. I first got, let me see if I can get some better lighting. I first got the P0113, and that's for the intake air temperature sensor. After I replaced that, it started. After I turned off the car and tried to start it again, it gave me a different code, and this code was the P0102 mass airflow sensor. I replaced that, the car started up. The very next day I tried to start it again, and it did the same thing. Then it gave me another code though, and it gave me the P0123 for the throttle position sensor. I changed that. Now, when I changed that, I noticed there was a buzzing sound coming from the idle air control valve, which is right here on the 2001 Mazda Miata. Let me see. This is your idle air control valve. Here's like the sensor part of it. Now, it was buzzing, and then when I would unplug the wiring harness from it, it will make like a popping sound, and this buzzing will stop. Now, ever since I replaced it, it's been fine. I don't hear the buzzing anymore. So those are the 4 things that I've replaced. There's another thing that you can check, is this right here. The main relay. This is a very common issue in this car. You know, some people might think they're having a problem with fuel delivery, and it's actually just the pins inside of the plastic. What's in there is plastic, and the pins kind of get melted off due to the heat. So whenever those things go bad, you kind of just want to swap the relay, and your car might starting up every single time. That's my second relay. I actually had a couple of brand new ones just in case it would go bad again, and I could just pop it out, put a new one in there. So that one is a brand new one that's in there right now, and it's still having the same issue. So we're going to now go ahead and swap the camshaft position sensor and see if that actually fixes the issue altogether. Another thing I want to note is I've already changed the fuel pump, so it's not the fuel pump. I know one of the main things that people will think that when their car starts and then dies is the fact that you're not having any fuel delivered to the engine, which I thought the same thing. But let's see what happens when we swap this piece out. Alright, it's already unplugged. Like I said, it's just a 10 mil. Just pops out like that. I don't know who drew that line on there. Well, here's the new one. We might use that as a thumbnail. Whoa. It looks kind of different. We'll see if it works. It fits in there good, so. Let's tighten it down. We don't want to tighten it down too much. Plug it back in. Let's see if she starts. That's what I'm talking about. She's on. And that's it. That is a camshaft position sensor in a 2001 Mazda Miata. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.